So I'm back with the Dakota. As you can see, I got that passenger side cut out and the new pieces welded back in. I made it in 3 pieces because I didn't have no way to, it's got that curve to it. So there was no way for me to really bend that in a brake. So I had some metal that was already bent and I cut it down to leave the rolled edge on it. I probably left 1/4 inch of the rolled edge on this right here. So you can see my weld is down here like 1/4 inch. And that gave me the ability to still be able to bend it into that curve, but to make sure I had good penetration. So I beveled both sides, welded it, top and bottom, welded the sides, welded the inside. Then I put my plate, you can see, welded the insides all the way around. Then I put me a plate over that weld right there. And then I put a plate over this weld right here. They ain't the best looking plates, but I don't have I got a little Milwaukee bandsaw, but it don't really like to cut curves that good. So I used the jigsaw with the, I just made some cardboard templates for like some little, squares, then rounded the edges. But then when I tried to cut it out with the sawzall, I wasn't doing the best neither, but it is what it is. They're strong, so. But yeah, I got that out. And my plate, where I welded my plate on the other side, I went ahead and welded it over this hole. So I'll drill that hole out. If you remember, that's my alignment hole right there. So it's just double the strength up right there. I'll take you guys on the other side. I swept up, got a big pile. I swept up and then I cut this side out. So I wanted to make a video to show you guys. So I had cut this side out. And that's the chunk that came out of there. And this thing weighs 30 pounds probably. I mean, it's heavy for it to be what it is. But you can just see how much just debris and rust and mud and stuff is caked inside of there. So you can just imagine, like, if you look down in it, you can see how bowed out it is. And that's when I tell you guys that metal swells up when it rusts. So you can just see how, it should be straight down through there. You can see how bowed out it is between the 2 pieces of metal just rusting out and forcing its way out. Then you can see that big gap that it created right there. And that's just all rust down inside of there. But yeah, it didn't move. When I cut either side, it didn't move. So, my little jig did its job. Had to move the fuel lines out of the way. I got a little brake line right here. I'm just gonna keep it out of the way. So when I cut everything out, I didn't nick it or hit it or anything. But yeah, that's where we at. So the other side looks good. What I am gonna do though, just for extra support, when I put my leaf spring shackle back in here, and I get my hole drilled and I drill my other 3 holes. And once I get it bolted up, it should come like somewhere in here. So you see, like the leaf spring shackle should come somewhere in here. So I got this big gap right here. I'm gonna make me another plate and probably just make it like, say the leaf spring shackle goes like this. I'll probably make my plate like 1/2 inch off of that and just come up and make me a whole plate in this section. And then don't tie it to this plate, but let probably come down something like that and just make a whole extra plate right there, just to give it an extra, some extra support. Because I know it was 2 pieces of metal joined together, and even though they was only held together with bolts, it was still two thickness, the thickness of 2 3/16 piece of metal. So I want to go ahead and reinforce that a little more, because I know this is going to be a stress point in the frame. And if you can see, all of this is open box back here. You can see that it's just an open box. But when you get up in the front, you can see that it's an open box, but they have a rolled edge on each side to give it You wouldn't think that that little rolled edge right there would give it much more strength, but it gives it a lot more strength. So that literally stops right here. You can see where it stops. And this is where basically the two pieces of metal would have came together, where they were sandwiched together after it stops from the rolled edge. So I know that it needs a little more support in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and weld that extra plate on there. Like I said, I plated over both of the weld points. Then I weld me that extra piece of plate right there. Once I bolt that front hanger on there. Still got to clean all of this. I'll wire wheel all of this, just surface rust. Wire wheel all of this stuff up. And I think I got enough. I'm real low on my Tamco chassis black that I always use to spray everything with. I need to reorder some. I just been trying to save money and everything with all the holidays coming up. But I think I got enough to spray the rear of this frame. So hopefully, might have to put a little reducer on it, kind of stretch it out a little bit, but I should have enough just to paint this back section of the frame. So it'll be nice and good, fresh painted, and you know, to help it from rusting. Keep that, all this surface rust, it'll kill all that surface rust and everything. But yeah, I just want to make this video and show you guys, and come in tomorrow, try to get this side knocked out. And then I got my sons all weekend. So Monday, if I can get this knocked out tomorrow, Monday when I come in, I'll put everything back together. And that's when I'll go ahead and make the final video and show you guys the finished product and everything. I appreciate all the love and support.